Firefighters face higher cancer risk, study finds.
Liposuction overtakes breast augmentation as most popular cosmetic surgery.
Brain checkup tool aims to cut dementia risk.
Lionel Messi joins campaign to help blind Ethiopians.
Drivers save woman from burning car on motorway as they drag her from wreckage.
Illegal vapes are biggest threat on UK high streets, say trading standards.
Man survives on ketchup for weeks at sea.
Dentists warn of permanent damage from clear braces ordered online.
Plastic surgeon gave kids fake COVID jabs and sold fake vaccination cards for $97,000.
Desperate man, who couldn't get NHS, dentist pulls out 5 of his teeth with pliers.
One type of physical activity protects the brain more than others, study finds.
Hero dad loses both legs diving in front of snowplow to save his 2 young daughters.
Stricter rules for tattoos and piercings in Wales.
Common nail salon tool may cause DNA damage and mutations in human cells, research finds.
Woman forced to wear mask after dentist disfigures her face in botched illegal nose job.
India launches its first inhaled COVID vaccine.
Firefighters face higher cancer risk, study finds. According to research, firefighters are more likely than the general population to pass away from cancer, heart attacks, and strokes. A study of Scottish emergency service staff said their cancer mortality rate was 1.6 times higher than that of the general population. The study revealed that firefighters have a 5-fold increased risk of dying from a heart attack, and a nearly 3-fold increased risk of dying from a stroke. The researchers said exposure to toxic substances was probably to blame. Staff safety, according to the Scottish Fire and Rescue Service, is paramount.
Liposuction overtakes breast augmentation as most popular cosmetic surgery. According to recently released data from the International Society of Aesthetic Plastic Surgery, ISAPS, liposuction has surpassed breast augmentation as the most popular cosmetic surgery procedure worldwide amid growing concern over the potential cancer risks associated with the implants. The proportion of cosmetic surgeries performed that involved suction to remove extra fat was 14.8% for contouring, compared to just over 13% for breast augmentation. A global upsurge in aesthetic medicine, which saw over 30 million surgical and non-surgical procedures performed in 2021, an increase of 19.3% from the year before, includes changing trends. The information, which was released on the 10th of January 2023 as part of ISAP's most recent annual survey, suggests that the cosmetic surgery market has expanded significantly beyond pre-pandemic levels in addition to recovering from 2 years of decline brought on by the COVID virus.
Brain checkup tool aims to cut dementia risk. People of all ages are being urged to take better care of their brains to try to lower their risk of developing dementia. Alzheimer's Research UK has developed a new tool that tests your brain health and offers advice on how to keep your mind sharp, stay active, and socialize. Getting regular hearing checks in your 40s and 50s is one way to prevent social isolation, it says. However, since most cases of dementia cannot be prevented, earlier detection and more effective treatments remain essential. According to research, there are 12 dementia risk factors that, if addressed, could prevent 4 out of 10 people from experiencing memory loss, confusion, and communication issues. Advice based on these risk factors includes quitting smoking, engaging in regular exercise, consuming less alcohol, and challenging your brain, and it is never too early or too late to start engaging in these activities. The Brain Check, which was developed based on the most recent research, is available to anyone who wants to learn how to reduce their personal risk of dementia.
Lionel Messi joins campaign to help blind Ethiopians. Football star Lionel Messi has joined a cause to aid Ethiopians who are blind. The World Cup winning captain of Argentina wrote on social media that it was an honor to work with the manufacturer of assistive technology, or CAM, to provide Ethiopians with visual aids. One study estimates that 1.18% of Ethiopia's population is blind, making vision impairment one of the country's major public health concerns. Orcam claims that their technology for visual aids enhances the lives of individuals who are blind, visually impaired, and have reading difficulties. Last year, 2,000 people, mostly students and government employees, received the cutting-edge visual aid tool from Ethiopia's First Lady's office thanks to donations. According to the office, blind people can now read texts in both English and Amharic, which is the nation's official language. Visually impaired people can read and recognize colors thanks to artificial intelligence technology that is attached to eyeglass frames and reads out loud to the user. According to Time magazine, this technology is among the biggest innovations of 2019. However, the All-Cam My Eyeglass is pricey and out of reach for many people, with a single unit costing over $4,000.
Drivers save woman from burning car on motorway as they drag her from wreckage. Heroic motorists on a highway stopped and assisted a woman in getting out of the burning vehicle she was driving. Susan Denise is seen in a footage rolling on the asphalt after being dragged out of her burning car on Long Island, New York, in the US, on Monday, January 16th. Traffic is backed up as 6 people are seen carrying Denise and others are dousing the fire with water. According to the Suffolk County Police Department, the car struck the central reservation, overturned, and caught fire. On the highway, several witnesses stopped and acted quickly to aid Denise. Denise, who was allegedly being burned by the flames, was dragged from the driver's seat as the group flipped her car onto its 4 wheels. She received first aid on the spot before being flown in critical condition to Stony Brook University Hospital by police helicopter.
Illegal vapes are biggest threat on UK high streets, say Trading Standards. According to Trading Standards officials, the biggest threats to the UK's high streets are stores that sell illegal vapes and sell vaping products to children. Hundreds of thousands of vapes that violate the law have been seized. Furthermore, there are worries that 12 and 13-year-olds are obtaining cheap, colourful vapes. The government claimed it was thinking of additional ways to safeguard kids from e-cigarettes. Experts in child health expressed that the growing number of kids and teens using e-cigarettes had them deeply disturbed. They continued, saying it was terrifying to learn that these products might also be illegal and unregulated. The amount of nicotine and e-liquid that can be found in vapes is limited by UK law, and certain health warnings must be included on the packaging. Vapes and e-cigarettes have been a popular method for many people to stop smoking in recent years. However, despite the fact that the law only allows for about 600 puffs per vape, some stores sell vapes with 12,000 puffs. Others have levels of nicotine that are illegally high.
Man survives on ketchup for weeks at sea. A man who was lost for 24 days in the Caribbean Sea claims that he only consumed ketchup to stay alive. The word "help" was inscribed on the sailboat's hull, which led a plane to spot Elvis Francois, 47, 120 nautical miles northwest of Colombia's Puerto Bolívar, according to a statement released by the Colombian Navy on Thursday, the 19th of January 2023. "I had no food. It was just a bottle of ketchup that was on the boat, garlic powder and Maggi stock cubes, so I mixed it up with some water," Francois said in a video provided by the Colombian Army. Francois, a resident of the Caribbean island of Dominica, claimed that in December 2022, bad weather caused his boat to drift out to sea as he was performing maintenance on it close to the Dutch portion of the island of St. Martin. He claimed he lacked navigational skills and was unable to steer his boat back to land, getting lost at sea for weeks. 24 days, no land, nobody to talk to. Don't know what to do, don't know where you are. It was rough, he said. At a certain time, I lose hope. I think about my family. After being saved, he was taken to the port city of Cartagena, where he received medical attention before being turned over to immigration officials to travel home, according to Colombian officials.
Dentists warn of permanent damage from clear braces ordered online. Dentists have told the BBC that people who wear clear braces, or aligners, that they purchased online have suffered damage as a result of the demand for Instagram smiles. One man claimed that wearing aligners caused his front teeth to become too weak to bite into an apple. The largest company selling clear aligners online Smile Direct Club, claims they straighten teeth more quickly and affordably than traditional braces. According to the company, the majority of users have had success with its aligners. However, some orthodontists and dentists think that people who use so-called remote dentistry are ignorant of the harm that aligners can do if they are not fitted by a dentist in person. Jamie, a father from Glasgow, sought the help of Smile Direct Club, SDC, after receiving an estimate of £4,000 to £6,000 for teeth straightening. Without having to visit a dentist in person, the US-based remote orthodontic provider offered clear aligners for about £1,800. According to SDC, its platform has enabled successful treatment for more than 1.8 million people and has improved access to dental care. The vast majority of users have reported having excellent experiences.
Plastic surgeon gave kids fake COVID jabs and sold fake vaccination cards for $97,000. A plastic surgeon allegedly gave kids fake COVID shots and made $97,000 selling fake vaccination cards. According to allegations, anti-vax parents paid Dr. Michael Kirkmore Jr. from Utah to administer fake COVID-19 vaccinations to their kids. The Utah's U.S. State Attorney's Office stated that he allegedly gave children saline shots rather than the COVID-19 vaccine, and would give them a fake vaccination card that claimed the kids had received the COVID vaccine. In addition, Dr. Moore allegedly dumped thousands of dollars worth of COVID jabs down the drain to destroy them. The doctor allegedly carried out the scheme with the help of 2 of his employees and a neighbor. They allegedly created fake COVID immunization cards and offered them for sale for $50 per person. The 4 accused allegedly ran the fake COVID scheme in Dr. Moore's Plastic Surgery Institute of Utah Incorporated office. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention gave him permission to administer vaccinations.
Desperate man, who couldn't get NHS, dentist pulls out 5 of his teeth with pliers. During the course of a 2-year period, a man has spoken about the excruciating pain he claims he felt while extracting 5 of his own teeth. In Wakefield, Ferdy, 51, claims there are no NHS dentists within a 25-mile radius. Unable to stand the pain any longer, he took matters into his own hands. After trying to get private dental care to fix his mouth after receiving his PhD in political philosophy, photographer Ferdy was shocked to learn that the cost would be £16,000, far more than he could afford. At the start of the pandemic, when he discovered he couldn't even see an emergency dentist, he made his first foray into do-it-yourself dentistry. Ferdy decided to painfully remove the tooth himself using a pair of common household pliers, because he felt like he was teetering on the edge of insanity due to sleep deprivation. Speaking to the Mirror, Ferdy said, "I grabbed hold of it and started to pull. Oh my God, the pain. The pain was just excruciating. It just went all across the side of my face, is absolute agony. I thought, just keep pulling. Keep pulling. So I kept pulling and it was just agony. But then I could hear the bones cracking, and then it just came out." However, Ferdy ultimately had to extract 4 more teeth from himself. The earlier ones were at the back and the more recent ones were at the front, leaving him with a sizable gap that he likens to that of a 10-year-old.
One type of physical activity protects the brain more than others, study finds. Running up and down stairs, biking or brisk walking are examples of moderate physical activity. Your heart rate and breathing will increase if you engage in vigorous movement, such as aerobic dancing, jogging, running, swimming, or biking up a hill. The results of the study, which were published on Monday, 23rd of January, 2023, in the Journal of Epidemiology and Community Health, showed that doing just under 10 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise every day improved study participants' working memory, but had the biggest effect on executive functions like organization and planning. According to study author John Mitchell, there was only a small cognitive improvement at first, but as more time was spent engaging in the more intense exercise, the advantages increased.
Hero dad loses both legs diving in front of snowplow to save his 2 young daughters. A brave father, who jumped in front of a moving snowplow to save his 2 daughters, lost both of his legs. Quick-thinking Dave Milne noticed the vehicle heading directly toward Isla, age 3, and Anna, age 1, after taking lessons at a ski resort in California. He threw himself in front of the girls without thinking and was then pulled into the machinery. Dave, a former member of the Australian Defence Force, lost his right leg above the ankle and his left leg above the knee. Isla broke both legs, but is expected to recover fully, and Anna escaped unharmed. The family has moved back to Australia from San Diego, California, where Dave, his wife Claire, and their daughters were previously residing.
Stricter rules for tattoos and piercings in Wales. Wales is about to become the first country in the UK to require licenses for cosmetic clinics, body pissers, and tattoo artists. Through the creation of a public register of license holders, the stricter controls hope to lower infections and poor working conditions. 1,868 business locations will need approval, and approximately 3,500 practitioners will need licenses. The Welsh Government has begun a 12-week consultation. The new regulations mark the culmination of changes made in accordance with the Public Health, Wales, Act 2017 to raise industry standards for infection prevention and control.
Common nail salon tool may cause DNA damage and mutations in human cells, research finds. According to a recent study, radiation from nail dryers may damage DNA and result in cancer-causing mutations in human cells. This finding may make you wonder if getting your regular gel manicure and pedicure is worth the risk. The findings of a study published on January 17 in the journal Nature Communications, according to some dermatologists, are nothing new when it comes to worries about ultraviolet light coming from any source. In fact, the outcomes confirm the rationale behind why some dermatologists have changed or discontinued their gel manicure routines.
Woman forced to wear mask after dentist disfigures her face in botched illegal nose job. A woman feels uncomfortable when people stare at her, after a dentist disfigured her face with a botched and illegal nose job, and she claims that she always wears a mask when she leaves the house. After seeing an online advertisement, Ilielma Carvalho Braga, 37, decided she wanted to make her nostrils smaller. In June 2020, she went to a dentist appointment in Aparecida de Goiânia, Brazil, but was injured horribly on her face when the skin around her nose started to blister and rot. She had necrosis, which is defined as the irreversible death of body tissue, according to medical professionals. It happens when the tissue receives insufficient blood flow. Igor Leonardo Soares Nascimento, a dentist, is accused of causing great bodily harm and carrying out an unlawful procedure. According to the dentist, Ilielma's pre-existing medical conditions, not the operation, were to blame for the necrosis. The victim claims that even after 13 corrective surgeries, the effects of the failed procedure are still bothering her. She was left with a scar that covers most of her face and requires dilators in her nostrils to breathe. She is currently suing the dentist for £6,600 in damages in order to make up for her suffering.
India launches its first inhaled COVID vaccine. The first nasal COVID vaccine has received approval in India. INCOVACC, a product of Bharat Biotech, is a nasal drop that triggers an immune response in the tissues lining the nasal cavity. A spray-based COVID vaccine for inhalation was authorized in China in September 2022. Scientists say that nasal vaccines may offer added immunity in the lining of the nose and upper airways, where COVID typically enters the body. Nasal spray vaccines have also been the subject of investigation by research teams in the US and the UK. India's drug regulator approved in November the use of INCOVACC as a heterologous booster dose for individuals who had previously received 2 doses of Covishield or Covaxin, the 2 main Indian vaccines in emergency situations among adults. The drug regulator approved it in December for use in adults as a primary vaccine and as a follow-up booster shot. For your daily global health news, visit www.staywellworld.org. Please do well to subscribe, like, share and comment. If you've already subscribed, turn on the notification icon so you don't miss any update. Thank you for watching.